The Christmas truce of 1914, World War I. I remember being in Oklahoma and seeing at the museum where it was called the Battle in the Trenches. That's what World War I was, right? And you had this moment where on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, where you had the Brits and the Germans coming out, and there was a truce for those 2 days.
There's a video on that on YouTube.
And they came out, They exchanged gifts with one another. They sang hymns with one another. They played soccer.
Wait, this is real history?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know about
It's incredible.
Imagine this. You have two Christians that are trying to kill each other and calling for a truce in order to recognize that God is in this place, that we are fellow image bearers, right? I'm getting emotional thinking about this, trying to destroy you in your future lineage. I want to kill you. And it's like we're holding up a white flag for just a moment. If the church did this for just a moment, yeah, but you're not Lutheran. You're not Episcopalian. You don't attend Calvary Chapel. You're Baptist, but what sort of Baptist? Are you Reformed Baptist? Yeah, but which confession are you? Right? To wave the white flag and to recognize that God is bigger than what is going on. Have you ever had an argument with your wife and you're 30 minutes in and you're thinking to yourself, what are we even arguing about anymore? Yeah. We just want to be right. And oftentimes, and this is where I think that you're absolutely amazing in this area when it comes to, I just want to be heard. I just want to make sure you understand the angle from which I'm coming from, and that I'm okay with whatever decision you want to make. But you understand that I'm coming from this angle, and this angle, and this is my understanding. You get that, right? And you go, I get that. Great. Hey, God has placed you in charge, whatever you want to do. If we did that, by and large, with the church, the bickerings, they would cease. And we see in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 with the Apostle Paul, with that daily concern of the church, the things that would come upon him, the weight that was upon his shoulders, and the decisions that he had to make. And he said, the least of all that I would not expect, the war that came from within the church that was upon him. So there is a greater war that is taking place. And we have to remember that we do not fight against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Against demonic forces that want to take us down. If we leave the house realizing that we are in a spiritual battle, when we get cut off from that person, if you live in California, you're going to get cut off. I got cut off today. You're not raising a fist, but you're raising holy hands to pray for that person. Amen. You don't know what they're going through. Yeah. And I remember reading earlier today about a woman who lost her husband. And she went into the public and she had to buy groceries. And she thought to herself, nobody has a clue what I'm going through. I still have to buy food for my kids. And the sales clerk looks at me and says, hi, having a great day? You don't know what somebody's going through. Yeah. Slow to speak, quick to listen, slow to wrath and anger.
This video is part of the Living Waters podcast. To watch full episodes and explore more content that equips you in your faith, visit livingwaters.tv. You can listen to the full episode titled on the screen for free on all major podcast platforms.